Times Square. This is special coverage of CBS 2 News Saturday morning.
Side by side 14.
Weather powered by Chevy. Find great deals at ChevyOffers.com. Step into the new when you drive a
Or the other computer.
Aray ko.
The gray Chromebook.
The gray?
Yeah, the gray Chromebook.
What gray Chromebook?
The gray Chromebook.
for you.
Hold on, babe.
Very well qualified buyers can get
Aray ko, anak.
financing on all 2021 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, current competitive owners get an additional $750 bonus.
Red.
See your local Chevy dealer.
Red. Aray ko, Red.
Caesar's rewards. Every time I play, I get reward credits, I get tier credits. I'm almost a 7 stars member. And I can redeem reward credits for sports tickets to see my favorite team. Oh, that answers your question.
Red.
Like a Caesar! Did you answer the question? No.
No. No.
I'm Dr. Ted Wong, Executive Director of the
It was
city's
the
Test and
gray
Trace
Chromebook.
I will go to the room. Check.
First Deputy Commissioner and Chief Equity Officer at the New York City Health Department. As we face this Omicron surge, I want to remind all New Yorkers that we have hundreds of testing sites all over the city. We're asking all New Yorkers to get tested.
Get tested right away if you have any COVID-19 symptoms, or if you've been in close contact with someone who has COVID-19.
want?
Before
I want
and
to
after
look.
getting
Where?
together with others,
The gray
and
Chromebook.
before and after you travel.
The new one
We
or the
also
old
have a
one?
team who can go to your home to
Huh?
provide a COVID-19 vaccination or booster.
The
If
gray.
we all get
What
tested,
gray?
wear masks, get vaccinated and boosted, and stay home if we are sick, we can beat this Omicron
It's
surge.
not there.
Together, we can keep each other safe and healthy. Thank you.
It's not there.
Yeah.
No, it's not there.
The full range of BMW X vehicles available, no matter what adventure lies around the corner. There's an X for that.
What's the
Free is the 2022 BMW X3 X-Drive 30i for $539 per month. Live from Studio 46, this is CBS 2 News This Morning.
Heavy snow, whipping winds, much of the tri-state area getting buried this morning under a winter storm. Snow could continue to fall in some places until late tonight.
This is a live look at conditions
tonight.
outside right now in Bayshore.
So
By the
hanggang
time
late
this storm is
tonight
done,
lang.
some places could see up to 2 feet of snow. Good morning on this Saturday, January 29th. I'm Cindy Shu.
I'm Kevin Rincon. Welcome to
It's
special
not-
coverage of
it's not
CBS
there
2 News
now.
Saturday
Hindi
morning.
dapat, ano
We're live
dito,
with team
Chinese New
coverage
Year.
this
Ano
morning.
yan?
Reporters scattered across the tri-state area from Long Island to the Jersey Shore.
We also have team coverage with your first alert forecast. John Elliott's live on Long Island. But first, Elise in the Weather Center with an update on the
Wala,
storm.
hindi.
Elise, good
Sa New
morning
York,
to you,
sinicelebrate yan. Pero
City.
ewan ko ngayon dahil
So we
pandemic.
are in the thick of this storm, and for
Sabi ni
some
Tito, February
communities,
1,
you've
Chinese New
already
Year.
picked up a
February 1 ba?
tremendous amount of
Sabi
snow,
Tito,
and we'll see this come to
February
an end,
1?
but we still got a
February
few
1
more
ba, Chinese?
hours.
Search
For
mo,
folks on
when
Long
is
Island, you've
February,
got
when
a few
is
hours
the
to
Chinese
get the
New
system.
Year this
So
year?
here's where we are right now as far as the
What's
snow.
your date
I wanna
there,
zoom in a
Anna?
little bit tighter so you can
What's the
see
Chromebook?
what we're dealing with.
You want to use the
darker
Chromebook,
the
your
color you see
Chromebook?
on radar,
No,
the
the gray
heavier the
Chromebook.
snow. So for a good
Ah,
chunk of the
study.
area, we've got light to moderate snow with the heavier
February 1
rains
ang
right
ano?
now across Long
Kung
Island.
i-purchase ko
As we
lang
zoom
ano
in,
ko,
I think you
ang
can make out
interview
where
ko.
we are seeing some of these heavy snows, and it is leading to some
Ay,
whiteout
bawal na ni Mama.
conditions. So
Huh?
we do have some
Na-schedule
real
niya sa
problems,
CBS.
especially across
Anong
Suffolk
schedule niya?
County. So
February
Suffolk
1.
County is
After
one of the
niya.
counties under a
February
blizzard warning, same
Pag pauwi
for
na kayo
and
dito.
ocean. So we do
Ano oras
have
po ba kayo
the potential
nakakauwi? Ay,
for
sila,
obviously
kung
whiteout
hindi man
conditions
sila
and
sabay
blizzard
sila.
conditions, but we also
Ano
have a winter
tawag
storm
dito?
warning. Everything you see here
Eh,
in pink is a winter
depende
storm
sa
warning.
ano
So New York
ko.
City, that's you.
Hey, Mommy, what's the gray Chromebook?
The
I'm
last of these
looking. Where
alerts
did you
doesn't
put?
expire until
You should be
7
the
o'clock
now.
tonight.
You should be
As
the
far as
one
the
to
blizzard
know
is
where
concerned, what does it
where
take
is
to
the Chromebook
become a
because you're the
blizzard?
one
Well,
who
basically,
eat
you've got
that
to have 3
mommy.
hours or more where you're looking
I
at
don't know
winds of
where you
35
put
miles
it.
per hour
I
or
don't know
greater.
where
So
you put
sustained
it.
winds blowing snow
Ay,
where visibility is
talaga.
reduced to a quarter of a mile or less. And I gotta tell you, because things are so cold, the snow that we have is a light powdery snow that blows easily.
Gaya-gaya,
The
di naman
winds that we are
magaya.
seeing on
Gaya-gaya,
the
di
is no
naman
wonder
magaya.
that we have some whiteout conditions.
Bulol.
Want to talk about the amount of snow that we're going to see when it's all said and done? We condensed and updated our map to show you. So what you see here in white, so a lot of our far northern and western suburbs will end up with about 2 to 4 inches. Everything you see here in this dark blue, that'll give us about 4 to 10 inches in New York City. That's where you are. As we head down the Jersey Shore and for most of Long Island, it's 10 to 18 inches when it's all said and done. And we do have a couple of places where we could pick up 18 plus inches because that's where we've seen those very, very heavy bands. So when does it end? We'll just know. Jersey Shore, you'll end by about 2 p.m. Some of our inland locations.
Mamaya natin masasabi kung ano siya magtutuloy-tuloy o hindi.
It's not until 8 o'clock tonight that you will be completely done with this system.
Yeah.
Long Island is where my friend John Elliott has been for hours now.
What is
In the
this?
cold with the mobile weather lab and of
Oh,
course
no.
lots of new
Look.
friends. John, I'm going to send it out
Do
to you.
not read. Do not write on Chromebook. That's what Mrs. Salam Brugo said.
With the Port
You're
Washington
writing in the
Police
Chromebook.
Department,
Do not
first off,
write in the
how are
Chromebook.
road conditions? Terrible.
Don't play with
And when you
that.
say
If
terrible,
you break the
live
Police
accidents
Department
or
will
just
be back to
very
you.
low traffic,
Give it to
just
mommy.
bad conditions?
Just people slipping and sliding, not a lot of people not on the road,
What?
so
I don't know where you put the Chromebook. Are you going to play? Oh,
I
here.
gotta ask you,
You
why
want the
are you
iPad?
wearing
No,
gloves?
it's not. It's not a Chromebook. That's an iPad. Where's the
Before I let
great
you go,
Chromebook?
thank you. I know you're
Is
busy.
this yours?
You were in the New York Times when you were in the police academy. What did they
I
take
don't know.
a
Where
picture of you
did
doing?
it was a blizzard, and I was my
That's
car
not
ran out
yours
of gas,
either, Anna.
and it's having photographed
I
the
don't know
gas
where is
can
it.
go into my car.
You, what are you in the middle?
From the New York Times to CBS 2. Thank you for your service. I know it's a
Yeah.
busy day for you.
Okay.
So again, from the very serious side of keeping the roads safe to having some fun. Boy, people just love to come up and say hi. So I met a father and son. It was Ed Anthony's son, Christopher. And I asked Christopher, hey, Christopher, would you rather have snow on a day or a school day? You would rather have snow
Can I
on a
get
school day
this
than on a
one?
Saturday.
Yeah, in the
What are
room,
you gonna
okay?
do later?
No.
Aren't
Give me the
freezing
Chromebook.
there?
You will. Are you going to play the Chromebook? You can
So,
play
I gotta
Chromebook
ask
today.
Dad.
It's okay. You
Will
want to
you
start
be
that?
going sledding with Christopher?
Huh?
Yes, I will be.
Really? So
I
you
saw
still think you
the
can
choice
sled?
time, the course time here. I saw it here. I
And
think it's here.
as I was chatting with him, Dad is obviously in the cool dad club because he still sleds. If you're doing that with your kids, I think that's great. Just make sure, and again, Christopher was saying, goes into the parking lot so they're safe, but make sure you know where it ends. It is going to go fast. The kids need to take breaks. It's freezing. We're on the corner of Main and Haven. There is so much more wind here. Very painful. When Elise talks about those
Patay,
winds,
lo.
she's not kidding. And sometimes
Patay,
this
pati
goes
hagdanan.
sideways too. So
Where's the brake
take a
Chromebook?
tip
I'm
from
looking.
Officer
I'm
Babar.
looking.
Don't go driving. Just go
don't know where
sledding
you
as
put
we
it.
slide things back to you in the studio.
All right, John, thank you very much. I hear someone yelling. Are they yelling? Is this a new friend of yours?
What's this?
Okay. All right, we'll talk to you in a bit, John. Thank you. Also, a reminder of how dangerous these conditions can be. This accident on the I-95 Turnpike South. First responders on the scene of a single car accident. The stretch is passable, but as you can see, snow is packed and slick. And parts of New York are in a state of emergency. Long Island is getting hit especially hard by the storm.
CBS 2's Allie Bauman live for us in Riverhead with a look at the conditions there. You've been out in Suffolk County in the cold.
And where's the new Chromebook?
Warming up.
Warming up, that's right. I have my coat off. I'm not there to take my hat off though because I've had this, hat on in the snow for 6 hours at this point, so I don't even want to see what's under there. But we're staying inside for a little bit because I want to show you what, we're looking at outside.
Anong
Now,
county
you
yan?
got the sideways snow going. It is whiteout conditions out there. It's like, just a white abyss in that parking lot right now where there are people coming and going and snowplows coming and going all morning, but now that it's getting past the essential worker hour where a lot of people were out earlier getting breakfast. Now it's getting quieter out here. So we're gonna take you back. We're in Signature Bagels in Riverhead, which has been so kind to us all morning. We've been eating half their inventory all morning, sitting here doing all this. We're gonna introduce you to Mary back here. Mary, my friend. I've been at work all morning. One of the essential workers out here working, feeding all the essential workers this morning. How has it been working in here all morning for this?
Well, we've gone through, we helped, PSCG, we feed the hospital, we did a lot of things this morning. Pretty good. It was a little rough driving, but we did it, made it happen.
What time did you drive in this morning?
3:30 I was here.
3:30. What was the last hour?
Very, very windy, and the ground was really snowy, and it was really hard. It was really,
Why were you determined to make it in still?
because it's gotta feed the people. They love it. People love it here. It's great. Everything's made here fresh, and everything's delicious here,
She's not lying about
Ay,
that.
ay, ay, ay.
I'm already on my second bagel today.
Yeah, we make everything here, We'll be here till 12 today, so, let's see if anybody else needs any more food. And, that's it.
Thank you so much. It really has, like she's been saying, it's been mostly essential workers walking in and out of here. A lot of the snowplow drivers, the sand and salt operators here. I'm gonna stand here. This is nice and warm. It's gonna be my new spot right here.
Out there, and the poor plow guys were super out there, and he couldn't even do the ground until 6 o'clock. This morning. That's why it was a little rough when you guys got here. Yeah, that poor guy, he stuck out there for a while. He was.
So, how late are you gonna be sitting here to drive out? Back home?
12 o'clock, we'll be out of here, 12:15, 12:20, we'll be out and gone. I'll probably be home probably about, I don't know, almost 1 o'clock. Look at the road, I'm dropping my foot.
Please be safe because like we've been saying, please be safe and thank you for everything.
We appreciate you guys, thank you very much. Thank you.
And please, the roads are no joke, like she's been saying. It's been a lot of essential workers out here because thankfully a lot of, people who don't have to be out are staying home. The phone's ringing off the hook here. But it's even walking outside where even when the plow is moving and the plow goes and the snow comes over, it accumulates over it. It's still slippery to stand on, slippery to walk on. It's rough out there. So, if you don't have to be out, be home. But then after the snow ends, it's a good place to come. So we're live in Riverhead on Long Island. Allie Ballard, CBS 2 News. Allie, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I'm sure I have a mailbox somewhere here, so if you want to bring back a bagel and leave it there, I will consume it at any point.
Pag may Amerikano na hindi ka naintindihan, tapos ang bilis
You can pay me back later.
Allie, thank you very much. The city has launched a major effort to try and keep streets clear during this nor'easter.
CBS 2's Christina Van Line for us in Long Island City, Queens.
Born and raised
Out there this morning, and the winds have been brutal.
Correct nga ako ng mga co-worker ko na ngayon sa English. Hindi sa bad boy yan. Kasi sa Pilipinas, ang tawag namin sa isang mainit, hot packs. Ang tawag nila dito, hot packs lang. Hindi hot packs. Kasi isang peraso lang ba't daw hot packs? Sabi ko sa Pilipinas.
The winds, they are just whipping out here this morning. We have
Kaya
spoken
cold
to a
pack.
number of people. There
So
are
can you please give me
reasons
some
on
hot
them here
pack?
to pick up a bite to eat some, going to work.
Wala kapag gumawag sa mobile pag
She
pinakawag. Pag sa
says
Pilipinas,
today was the
kinurekognize ang
only
tao
time
mo.
her hair salon could fit her in, so she's taking the bus all the way down to Williamsburg to get her roots touched up. But hey, when you need to get it done, gotta brave through a blizzard to get it done. We know that Queens is seeing anywhere from 5 to 7 inches right now, with a lot more coming down each hour all the way into the afternoon. And a huge
wala ka pang tawag, dapat tanong mo muna. Wala ka tanong. Basta alam namin Sabado Linggo, wala. Sabi mo pahinga ka, di ako naman pahinga. Wala na kalagay ng tawag ko yun. Hindi ka na papahinga. Hindi mo kasalanan, hindi ka kasalanan.
These massive snowbanks several feet deep that they are trying so hard to plow through.
I've been over here since 7 this morning.
Wow, 7. How's the snow?
It's good, on work. It's a workout.
Yeah, what strategy are you using? Are y'all assaulting?
Yeah, salting, trying to push it to one side. So far, when I went around the corner, it's coming back slowly though.
Pwede na ako ganun.
And the sanitation department is experiencing a lot of the same issues, not on the sidewalk, on the roads, of course. They have been out since Thursday, so 2 days really prior to the storm hitting, brining the roads, salting them, preparing them, and then of course today several thousand side spreaders as well as planners out on the roads trying to clear the roads for everyone to use. The sanitation commissioner did say that because of the rate that the snow is falling, he's not expecting that drivers will see blacktop anytime soon, at least not until this evening. For now, reporting from Long Island City, Queens, Christina Fan, CBS 2 News.
I was gonna say, Jay, I mean, it takes like a blizzard.
W. Why?
No, K.
There's a K.
2 hours in a Trader
K.
Joe's, so it's
U.
It's from Kuya, that side.
K-U. Y-A.
No!
We walked past and we saw this crowd of people inside, and I almost
Why?
thought there was a line to get into the Trader Joe's, but it wasn't. There was a line of people trying to get into warm up in that front lobby area right there while trying to wait for the MTA bus to get here.
Very sunny disposition. We saw that guy track back again almost 3 or 4 times trying to get in the shot. Some of these people are staying positive throughout the day with all the snow. Thank you, Christina.
Nico,
Well, the
Nico,
MTA
Nico,
is
Nico,
Go ahead.
Jim.
Nothing has to get inside.
Sorry, the wind just like blew my breath away again. And I was just saying that people are really happy, but I gotta say the happiest animals out here right now are dogs. We've seen so many happy dogs that just come out right into the snow pile right here. They are in heaven right now.
Kuya, why?
Thank you, Christina. We'll try and maybe get a couple of those on camera. Well, the MTA has been adjusting its service plans and urging against all of the unnecessary travel. Long Island Railroad suspended service starting at 8 o'clock this morning on all its branches. Service also being suspended on Metro North's New Canaan, Danbury, Waterbury, and Wasake branches. MTA workers, they'll work extended hours to keep tracks, signals, switches, and third rails operating on the subway. And J Transit suspending all of its bus, Riverline, and Access Link services. They expect those to resume later today as soon as it's deemed safe. Turning now to how the city is dealing with the snow.
Mayor Eric Adam joins us now live on the phone.
No.
Good morning, Mayor.
I don't have it.
Good morning. You know, here you talk about how dogs, someone was saying about dogs. I never forget my dog as a child. He loved the snow. Wow.
Well, that's great. Well, we've seen some cancellations and delays with mass transit on the Long Island Railroad and Metro North. Are subway trains in the city experiencing any issues? And what are you doing to keep them on track?
in the midnight.
Yes,
So
we
it's
are.
like
we have system-wide delays, but
Tuesday.
our system is open. It's not shut.
Where's the location?
You know, the ferry is open. We thought that it was going to be shut temporarily.
Where's the location?
As well as the lower level of the Barrels Bridge. I'm on my way out to Staten Island now. Take the ferry over. But you know, the DSNY,
Where's your location?
NYPD, FDNY, all the teams of civil service serving the city, keeping the streets safe.
We saw video of you this morning making your way to City Hall, and you're saying you're on the move to Staten Island. What do the roads look like as you make your way around the city?
Well, if you go to plownyc.gov, you can see.
Alright. Just let me know
the system is being, streets are being plowed.
I will figure it out.
So we really
I'm gonna check
need to be good teammates here and stay home if you don't have to go out. You can stay in.
Actually, no.
And ensure that
Not.
vehicles can do their job.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Still.
10, 11, 12,
Yeah. Sure.
13, 14, 15.
Okay, what's your name?
So, 15.
Alright, thank you, CB. Alright. Alright, thank you. Bye-bye. 200! Pa!
And Mayor, before we let you go, as
Pa, 200.
Today, as we start to look into tomorrow and beyond, what's your biggest concern as it comes to the cleanup?
Road. Sometimes a small number of New Yorkers that are really addicted to driving realize if you break down, then you don't want to start the plow. The snow plow, you want to start
Yung pala dapat mas ang pinabili ko sa iyo. Yung pangkadkad ng yelo sa pitas. Yung stainless. Yung pala dapat. Para, kasi walang mabili dito. Talaga ganun. Pamili ko kahit bibili sana kami ng ganun sabi ko. Ay, kahit kasi magkama, maganda sa
Mayor, thank you for taking the time. We'll let you go now so you can head out to Staten Island. All right, let's take
Mommy!
Hey,
Mommy!
Yes!
I can spell sharp!
Well, she's joining us live from Performance.
So sharp!
You said earlier that there weren't too many.
You cannot spell what? I can spell sharp. Sharp? Yeah. S H A R
24 hours.
P. Sharp.
Yun tinawagan mo? Ha? Ha? Layo pa. Layo pa.
Hey, Mommy! I can spell sharp. Smart.
Yung CBS niya. Yung sa mga pag-double island.
Smart? Yeah. You're a smart person. You know
Ano
that?
sinabi mo ano?
S
Food travel baka
M
For traveling nga
A
Sinasabi ko.
R
Hindi pa, bakit sila
T. Great job.
Sabihin kita.
You're a smart person. You know that, right?
O yung... Paano kung magbabayad ka, mas
This is yours.
Came to the diner because she's a regular. She said she drives a Jeep, but she's still not.
And this is for me.
So, again, probably best to stay home and take it from somebody who's been out here for hours. It's so cold. Don't you just like being on your warm couch? We're on New Jersey. Jenna D'Angelis, CBS 2 News.
Jenna, Cindy is nice enough to let me share some space here with her. She's all into cookies. I'm all into food, so I would gladly take anything you have.
Let the customer.
I mean,
Who eat it? Kuya Mart.
Kuya Mart?
Is Kuya Mart too? Look! Look, Mommy, Nino.
Good morning to you, Cindy and Kevin. Good morning to everybody. And so we do have a good,
like the games.
very cold morning.
Sabi na
What
lang
we're
kayo
taking a
nito.
live look at right now is the CBS Broadcast Center on
Why are
Manhattan's
you
west
sitting
side.
down there too?
Look,
Are you sabating too?
Yeah. I love Mommy and Nino.
How about, Kuya Mark?
No,
I will choose with you.
Kuya Mart, you love Nina, Mars, and Daddy, okay?
Ninang Mars.
Ano yung jacket mo?
Akin mo.
Kita mo?
Boo!
Ay, don't do that, anak. Don't be a bad person. Talaga, oh, kita mo, para kang ano, Kuya Mark. Oh. Why you want to sit there? Ha?
Ninang
Are you
Mars.
sabating? Ha?
Ninang Mars.
That very cold air has created fluffy snow, so that's what we're up against. It stacks up quickly, but then it's blown away very easily. So you think you cleaned it up? Nope. Wind blows the snow right back, so that takes a lot of air. And because the snow is still blowing, the wind is still whipping, it's kind of a rough go out there. When you see the snow
Kuya Mart, you love Nina, Mars, and Daddy, okay? Promise?
hour, especially as we get
Ninang
to the
Mars.
coast. And coastal flooding is also a concern for us as the day goes on. So we do a coastal flood advisory in effect for Nassau and Suffolk County. Minor to moderate flooding is going to be possible until midnight. So that becomes something else that we have to deal with. Right now, we're talking about the snow. Still seeing widespread
Yung pinapandi kasi.
a lot of
Kaya
and
naman.
you can see some of our
Whose burger is this?
behind them in their
Whose burger is this?
tremendous snow.
Whose burger is
COVID
this?
testing.
Winds are significant, and then you head to Long Island, and it is all of the above.
I don't want to hold it, not you.
Where's the cold? Now, it started with snow in New Jersey, and we picked up some pretty big snow amounts in New Jersey right now, though.
Yan may baro.
We're seeing only a couple of areas where we're seeing some of that heavier snow, lighter to moderate snowfall is what we're seeing there right now. As we head to New York City,
No.
again, light to moderate snowfall. And
RT-PCR
very
testing.
simply, the
RT-PCR
darker the
testing.
color, the heavier the snow. And we're seeing some of those bands of heavier snow across Long Island. That's been the case now for hours. So let's go ahead and take a look. Islip Airport in Suffolk, 15 inches, and they reported, 2 inches per hour from 8 to 10 a.m. So that's just one. Let's go ahead and take another look. This is Remsenburg, 14.8 inches of snow there. Want to take a look? Let's click on one more.
Customer
We're
service.
just seeing these reports coming in, and then it depends where you are. Croton on Hudson, Westchester, 4.3 inches. So a very different snow event for you, depending on where you are. And the last one here we'll take a look at is Howard Beach in Queens. 11 inches of snow there. So let's go ahead and advance. I'm going to show you the forecast, which serves as
Pag bigyan ng tickets
a
sila, hindi ka kumakain ng tickets
I
sila.
think that noon is really going to be a turning point, and I still think that it will be. This is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and at this point, in that 12
hi.
o'clock hour, the
I
snow
just want
comes
to
to an
ask
end for
if,
a lot of folks. So for New York City,
how
and
many
Long
days
Island, we'll be watching you from
does
1
the
o'clock
result of the
on. But by
RT-PCR
3 o'clock, it
comes
looks
out?
like the snow is basically just lingering in parts of Fairfield
If
County,
I-
Connecticut, and then into Nassau and Suffolk County. And Long Island will be the last to get rid of the snow, so that can take up until 8 o'clock or 9
No.
o'clock tonight before Long Island completely gets rid of the snow. Snowfall amounts, just to give you an idea, a good chunk of the area will probably fall in that
How
4
many
to
days?
10 inch range, and then 10 to 18.
Yeah, 'cause I'm having,
Parts of
like,
the
a
Jersey Shore with some locations
flight,
picking up in excess
and I need it
of 18
by at
inches
least
of
48
snow.
hours before my flight, and I would like to know if CVS is like offering
mostly sunny, beautiful day.
something like that, 48 hours.
And it will still feel colder with that wind. We do have some 40 and 50-degree temperatures to look forward to as we head into the Right now, I want to send it to my colleague, Giorgio Kinetic. He is in the weather office. He is our senior weather producer, and he's going to go behind the scenes a little bit more of the science with this system. And Giorgio, I'm going to send it to you.
Thank you so much, Liz. There's some impressive snow totals around the city. 11 inches at Howard Beach. Again,
what-
4 up in Croton, but that's going to basically verify to about a foot in Queens. What we thought, pretty impressive stuff. And again, it's really where these bands set up that we just saw 15 inches in ice up right across the airport. This area, Remsenburg, is already at
So
15 or 16
there's
inches.
no like,
They should verify
there's
close to
no
20
chance
inches.
that I could like,
A couple of hours of snow.
because I want it by 48 hours, so there's no chance that I could ask for like
as the afternoon goes on. It's because the winds are going to start
What's that?
coming in from the northwest as some even greater high pressure starts to nudge the system out to sea. I just showed you earlier, not much wind to the west. 37 in
yeah,
Memphis,
the
32
rapid
in
is
Nashville,
the
36 in the city. Christina Fed had some strong winds.
like
gusting
the
rain.
name itself
These
is
are
rapid,
legit blizzard
but
conditions. We're not there for
my
3 hours, but as I
country
mentioned
is
earlier,
requiring me to
what's the difference?
have
20
like a
minutes is a
RT-PCR
minute.
test.
It's all pretty bad out there.
Is there like some delay when like right now, nowadays, is there some delay
By the time we get to tomorrow morning, totally different
on
story.
the?
A cold day though, with the wind coming in from the northwest.
All right.
Not really gusty, but cold with the snow. And anytime you get snow, a fresh snowpack, especially light fluffy snow like this, it's even colder because it acts as like a cold blanket on the ground, and it makes everything just that much worse. So how much additional snow are we talking about? Maybe an inch or so in the city. Maybe these are a little underdone because the banding might take place over the city as opposed to Brentwood and Riverhead. But the indications are you still have a few hours of snow to go in Riverhead. 4 inches and 8 inches. Let's see what we
It
got.
depends on the score of this where the city is located at.
The Euro, a very
All right. So so it's just like just try and see if. All right. Thank you.
Moving forward, 27 tomorrow. 27 feeling like 15. Waking up feeling sub-zero. So a very cold day for your day tomorrow. And here we go. Looking
All
ahead.
right, I'm gonna.
So,
All right. What's your name again?
Sub-zero wind chills by the time you get tomorrow morning. And even if you're out there.
All right. Thank you, Mika.
With these intermittent blizzard conditions.
All right. Thank you, Mika.
Hey, Mommy! Hey, Mommy! Yeah, what's the blue Chromebook? Blue Chromebook!
Sabi pag risk na lang daw kasi yung iba naman daw one day lang lumalabas.
Oh, you want that? Yeah. Whose is this?
Pero hindi daw pwedeng ikasunod dahil nasa.
Mommy, Daddy, or Red? Which one?
Ask Daddy if it's okay to play this blue
Right now we
Chromebook.
have some great video to show you. Look at that.
Ask Daddy
If you're just
if it's
wandering
okay to
around the
play.
house and you're not
Bye,
looking at your
Grandma.
screen, you have to look now because we have got the dogs.
Ask Daddy. Ask Daddy.
No, no.
Ay, do not break your school
Hindi nga siya kailangan daw sa sa online ako mag-ano.
Ang mangyayari pala, maganda. Sabihin mo meron ka symptoms. At para maganda ka. Diba?
May symptoms yun, hindi ka pa.
Hindi pa yun. Subukan na. Hindi pa sabog yan, hindi pa lumabas. Kung hindi lumabas, punta ka lang dun sa ano. Mabilis, na 30 minutes na. Diba? No?
1 hour. 300 din pag 1 hour.
Dito, siya pa rin.
Meron nga talaga. May RT-PCR na mabilis.
First alert weather.
Ay.
If you need health insurance, the time is now to find a quality
Doon tusok, Mike. Doon.
Awel tusok.
federal and state financial help. More savings are available than ever before
No.
to lower your costs. 9 in 10 people enrolling qualify for financial help, and many pay $10 a month or less for plans that include coverage for preventive services,
No,
care
man.
for pre-existing conditions, prescriptions, and more. Get the peace of mind that comes from knowing you're covered by quality plans that be healthy and stay healthy. Enroll now at getcovered.fj.gov.
Take the stage at hardrockcasino.com.
Get me the market.
For you! Join them. Get 50 free spins and take up to
For you!
Download the Hard Rock Casino app today.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Bassett. As the state's health commissioner, medical doctor, mother, grandmother, I urge parents to vaccinate their 5 to 11-year-olds against COVID as soon as possible. We are seeing an alarming increase in the number of children sick and hospitalized due to the Omicron variant. Vaccination is simply the best way to protect them. For decades, vaccines have kept our children safe from dangerous and deadly infections. They are one of the greatest public health success stories. Schedule your child's free vaccine or contact their healthcare provider today, and please don't forget to wear a mask. Learn more at ny.gov/vax for kids.
This winter, let New York State take your breath away. Come to plan your winter getaway at iloveny.com.
Next question, Archie. Is this your first meeting with Caesar and Cleopatra?
Yun yung mga dito.
Actually, that was 2008 in Phoenix. Miami was Peyton's first week.
Also great, but not as great as the public catch. I wonder if there was a number.
Wait,
Probably. Who cares? Who cares? We're all Caesar. Number right? Even Cooper. He's my favorite.
Diyan medyo advance na ako. Hindi sila makakalapit sa'yo.
Live from Studio 46, this is CBS 2 News this morning.
Snow whipping winds, much of the tri-state area getting buried this morning. A winter storm. The snow will continue to fall in some places until late tonight.
This is a live look at conditions outside right now. This is New Rochelle. And by the time the storm is done, some places could see up to 2 feet of snow. Good morning on this Saturday, January 29th. I'm Cindy Shea.
Welcome to special coverage of CBS 2 News Saturday morning. We have live team coverage for you this morning with reporters scattered across the tri-state area from Long Island to the Jersey Shore.
And that's our team coverage with your first alert forecast. John Elliott's live on Long Island. First, let's start with Elise in the Weather Center. Good morning, Elise.
Good morning to you, Cindy. And so we have been
No.
so has the show. I want to show you some of the numbers we're seeing across Long Island. Long Island will be the last location to get rid of the snow. Will be into this evening. Islip has already picked up 15 inches of snow. Remsenburg 14.8, Smithtown 14.8, East Meadow picked up 10.9 inches, and Farmingdale 10.5. So these are just some of the numbers. Now, of course, as I mentioned, Nassau, Suffolk County, 2 of the areas that will see the biggest snowfall amounts, along with Monmouth and Ocean counties. Still, this is where we are right now. The snow is still coming down at a pretty good clip. For some, those heavy bands are producing significant snow. But But for a good chunk of the area, what we're seeing is light to moderate snow. That's good. We've already seen for some pretty impressive amounts even here around New York City. Some locations have picked up close to a foot, so this is what we're seeing that light to moderate snow. The darker the color, the heavier the snow, and we're seeing a lot of that out in Minnesota and certainly over Suffolk County. So we have a couple of areas here where we have heavy snow and whiteout conditions, because in addition to that heavy snow, we've got those gusty winds. So heavy snow and wind become huge issues for us. They have been for hours.
Pag nag-contact dito, pwede natin dito.
In effect for Suffolk County, for Monday, and for Ocean, everything in pink, a winter storm warning, the winter weather advisory. The last of those alerts is not expected to expire until 7 o'clock tonight. Just to give you a quick view of what we're anticipating, the city will end up with 2 to 4 inches. A big chunk of the area, including most of New York City, will end up with 4 to 10 inches, and then we head east 10 to 18. That's going to be parts of the Jersey Shore, a good chunk of Long Island, and there will be some areas east end of Long Island, parts of Jersey that can end up with 18 plus inches of snow. Of course, the next problem, in addition to the snow, is the temperatures. 22 degrees, the forecast high for today, but with the windy conditions, it will feel colder. And tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, 27 degrees, with the winds feeling colder. So cleaning the system up is being made incredibly difficult by the wind that keeps blowing the snow and the temperatures that go down to temperatures. Sadly, my colleague John Elliott is out in the elements, but he is a trooper, if nothing else. He is making friends every 5 minutes, apparently. And John, you're up in the Weather Lab, and the new friends on the side team.
And at least I'm trying to block the wind from the best twins in Port Washington. So this is twins Brooke and Robert, 10-year-old twins, and then Jason. So first off, going to Dunkin' Donuts, I want to point out, Brooke's got these very cool clothes on, but which is keeping you warmer? What do you think?
You're playing.
I would say mittens.
Do you love snow?
Oh yes, I do.
Why?
I love it because you can go sledding. If it's on a school day, you can get off.
Oh, so I was going to ask Brooke, would you rather have snow on a school day? You guys, they're just so adorable. They're so adorable. And wife Christina sent you out. You're freezing them, aren't you, man?
Yeah, it's a little chilly with that wind.
Are you going to go sledding with the kids?
I think sledding will be tomorrow when it stops.
Smart. Did you guys hear that? You're going tomorrow. So, thank you so much. You guys were so nice to hang out. Go home, quick. Go home. Get out of here. Enjoy those Dunkin' Donuts. Thank you so much. So nice. People coming out. And I want to point out, they don't drive here. They walked here. We're seeing a little bit more traffic. But again, it's a lot of four-wheel drive. So, yeah, layer up. Mittens, always an excellent option. And trust me, I think it was Abby saying that her hand warmers were wearing out. Mine wore out too. So stay safe and think warm, sweet thoughts. And say hello to a twin for me. Back to you guys in the studio.
Robert, the little boy, he got it right though. Mittens do keep you warmer, right?
Yes. Yeah. Robert is a smart kid. He was saying, the skin is the largest organ of the body, and you need to. This Robert's a genius.
And Brooke's a genius too with that Friday thing, making your weekend a lot longer. It was so nice that you introduced us to the fabulous family and the twins. Thank you so much, John. Well, we are seeing treacherous driving conditions now in Westchester County.
CBS 2's Elijah Westbrook has been in New Rochelle throughout the morning. Elijah, any progress in terms of what you've seen? I know you said you were a little lonely out there earlier.
One more.
Still lonely, unfortunately. I think people just don't want us to be out here. It's fine. Let's take a look. This is on here in New Rochelle. With the exception of a few cars going by and honking at us as they see the news out here. Of course, they're excited. But not a lot of activity, which is a good thing, I guess, because a lot of people are adhering to the warnings that are out there. The driving conditions are certainly getting worse by the hour. I gotta tell you, and also even the sidewalks. In fact, we did see some people out here shoveling and putting some salt down, which is is a good sign in case people do call out and have some coffee or some bagels down the road here. But yeah, it's pretty quiet at this hour. And that is a good thing because people should not be out in these sort of conditions unless you absolutely have to. One of the things you'll notice when you step outside is that it's very cold out, so you want to layer up in the winter. So
I put more rice. Claymore.
But we did catch up with the guy who was actually plowing parking lot right across the street from where we're standing. He said it wasn't too bad. I don't know, I guess it depends on who you ask here, but then there was
Di pa ako nagbubuko Mamaya na.
You eat all the cookies? Hey, Claymore. You eat the cookies?
May Facebook siya.
You eat a cookie? Hey!
It's very picturesque, beautiful sight to see from afar, of course, but you don't have to be outside. Just want to hear your worship, Elijah, we'll send things back to you.
Elijah, I was going to ask you because you are the news reporter who just came back home, which is wonderful. You were raised in Rome. Would you like to be back?
It feels great to be back. Honestly, my goal is to always, make it back to New York City. Never really put a timeline on it, but it feels great to be back home with family and reconnect with loved ones. So it's been great. This is my first week on air in the snow.
Daddy and mommy. Mommy, daddy, daddy, mommy, mommy, daddy, daddy, mommy.
Being on TV for 6 hours straight, you're doing a great job. Thank you so much, Elijah.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Once the snow keeps coming down in the city, getting around is no easy task.
Malalim na, malalim na siya, malalim na.
CBS Tuesday, Carlin is joining us from the Upper West Side. He's live. He's been talking to folks who've been making their way around, whether they want to talk to or not. You've been making them talk.
I've been twisting my arms, yes. And I'm trying not to be rude as I go, come on, talk to us. But, a lot of them are busy, they're getting to work, and they're essential workers. Why am I holding up essential workers? Can we talk to you folks? Just for a second. I don't know what you think about the snow. No. Sometimes that happens, see? You jinxed me. I had good results lately. But that's it. Everybody, well, come here. But are you... Anything about this you're enjoying?
Minsan, Mark, nagpunta kami ng Jersey Shore. In-interview kami. Di ba yun ang gusto ko? In-interview kami ni... Yung newscaster. Yung mismong yung parang Corina Sanchez ang posisyon. Ganon, mga Karen Davila. Nung nagpunta kami ng Mars, ng outlet. Yun yung... Ano ba yung okasyon na yun? Yung Thanksgiving yun? Yung pupunta ka ng maaga? Para makaano? Para
I waited 40 minutes for a bus for today just to get to work. But it got you here. Okay, well, we're grateful for that. Okay, it's been great talking to you. Have a great shift, and then get back to that couch and cocoa later. Yeah, fortunately, I got a long shift ahead. I got a 12-hour shift going on tonight. 12-hour shift. A lot of people taking it one step at a time, getting through this day if they have to work a long shift like that. Others that we've been finding here, heading down to the hill that's up this way, right here on West 73rd Street at the end. And we've got a family.
Pag nag-coil ka, ang makakoil lang yung totoo.
Working, right? Working today. Are you working? Saturday, come over here.
Pang-akangat ako. Ang titi ko yan.
My son. What have you been doing? Not dance class. Yeah. When you're coming back from it, or are you heading to it? Coming back. What was the trip there like? To get to dance class was one stop. It's great.
Diba? Diba Bululikaw? Ha? Bululikaw?
Wow, thank you. Well, I won't hold up your hand, but that sounds like a good plan. And there you have it. You get a roll on both sides. This is both sides of a coin. Folks going to work, folks having a fun day with their families and not having to work.
Well, your wallet is on the floor, ano?
I'll try not to jinx it, but it seems like most of the folks who talk to, whether they're going to work or not, have had a sunny disposition today.
Yes, Yes, they have. You know,
You'll be mad tomorrow, okay? Promise?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the white car? And where's the black car?
Get out there.
I don't like to. Oh!
Hey.
I can't get people to stop.
Valentine's Day.
Try to make them stop when they blow their face. But right now,
Oh, sorry.
it just looks so dark. It's beautiful. And you know, even though people that are a little bit on public transportation, they're getting completely
Linis sila ng linis ng ano.
getting them the rest of the way.
Ala, hindi na tayo magkakababa. Kailangan magpala si Nino. Asan si Nino?
Ako magpapala ka mamaya, tita.
Kailangan magpala si Nino. Ah! Ay, naku naman, anak ko. How you can hang that? You remove that. Mommy is mad now.
Look, it's a letter
Ay,
I.
naku.
Look, it's a letter I and L.
How can we hang that? We can no longer hang this.
It's a letter J.
Talagang.
Keepers.
All right, let's take a look at conditions in northern New Jersey, where CBS 2's Jenna DeAngelis has been checking out the conditions there.
She's joining us now live from Paramus, New Jersey. We've seen the cars behind you, but not too many. People have been taking the warnings to stay off the roads.
Exactly, Kevin and Cindy. And I have to just talk about what you were just saying. Sometimes it's tough to get people to talk to us, but we've met a lot of really friendly people out here in New Jersey today. I think everyone that is out is enjoying the snow, but obviously the best way to enjoy it is from your warm couch, in my opinion. Let's take a look at Route 17 here. We can finally see a little blacktop. The roads are treated, but it is a slushy mess out there. And Kevin, as you mentioned, not too many cars out here. Now, earlier here at the Suburban Diner, we saw a group of DPW workers. They were out with all the plow trucks and the salt spreaders. They told us they were out starting at 9 o'clock last night, working through the night. They got to take a well-deserved break at the diner. Then they hit the roads again, and they're doing a great job because, again, the roads do look like they're treated, but this snow is hard to keep up with. Now back to those friendly folks that we met here. I met an awesome guy at Suburban Diner. He is a regular, and he told us that his daughter's a big fan. Take a listen.
My daughter saw you guys on the show, and she goes, Dad, Channel 2's down at Suburban Diner. I said, there's no way they're down at Suburban. Sure enough, she was right. I came out here to join you guys, and here we are.
What are your plans the rest of the day when you leave here?
Actually, try to get my daughter outside and maybe build a snowman on me.
And it is great snowman building weather, but I actually want to send it back to you because I understand the governor is about to speak. Cindy?
All right, Jenna, thank you. Governor Kathy Hochul is giving an update now with the latest on this winter storm.
Let's listen in.
Emergency Services and Homeland Security.
Dito mo kami,
Very engaged. I want to thank her for everything she is doing, including constant outreach with our partners, and we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. Catherine Garcia, no stranger to major storms in big urban areas, have statewide operations. And also Dana Lieber, the chair and CEO of the MPA, will give you an update. And I understand that things are looking very good, and get credit for that, because if it doesn't, they blame you. So enjoy that, Jano. And I know you had a very good experience. He just told me he was coming down and giving people directions on the subway. So he's a real hands-on leader, and I appreciate that. Also, from the epicenter, Long Island, we'll be zooming in very shortly. Our Commissioner of DOT, and leader as well. And I want to thank Commissioner Dominguez, the leader of the DOT. So we'll be hearing from her shortly. So let's see what we're looking at right now. This is a very serious storm. Very serious. We've been preparing for this. This could be life-threatening. And we want to make sure that we took all the steps we believe were necessary, including starting with the declaration of emergency, state of emergency early on in the process. Yes, we announced that it would be going into effect yesterday. That allowed us time for the DOT to deploy their trucks, bring in the thruway authority, all the plows that we're bringing from other parts of the state. We'll get more details on that momentarily. But also the utility workers, because this is, we've seen from past storms, this is a huge point of vulnerability. You do not want to be in the middle of a storm and then start calling in utility workers to be on the ground to start to repair, to restore power. They need to be deployed and on the ground and ready to take action the second the limbs come down and bring down the wires or whatever circumstance has, because when the weather is this cold, this is where the dangerousness sets in. You cannot have people in their homes without heat for any length of time, and that is the dangerous part of what we're concerned about. Why we wanted to reach out to the utilities, make sure they're on the ground, and we've received the word that they are. So we are responding quickly and urgently, and as I mentioned, classic nor'easter.
Yeah, hi.
The snow
Hello.
is on track in terms of volumes, and this is what you keep track of, how much is predicted overall, how much per hour, because that is going to
I'm just gonna ask if you're offering like a RT-PCR testing.
because that's what creates the whiteout conditions. As much as
How
we're
many
glad it's a
hours is
Saturday,
like the result?
Very happy it's a Saturday. We don't
Because-
have our normal rush hour commutes. We had anticipated based on the projections and what was forecast was that
Oh,
it would be
how
single
much is the
virus
24
during
hours?
the late night hours from midnight to about 8 a.m. This storm lingered. We're still getting
I'm
the
in
same
New
hot
Jersey,
volume, the
dude.
same effect. But as everyone knows, we are dealing with this in live time right now as
08824.
opposed to being in a cleanup mode, which is what we had hoped for. So we're going to see some peaks now. It's continuing to pick up in the
No,
valley,
I
as
don't.
you know, Hudson Valley as well as New York City. But it's high winds, heavy snow, blizzard conditions, all the elements of the classic nor'easter,
alright,
and that's what we're dealing with right now.
Alright.
So the latest storm projections
Because,
show that
yeah,
Nassau,
alright.
Suffolk are being hit the hardest.
I'm just gonna
As
call
of
if
9:30
I will
and
book
about
an
7 to
appointment,
11
right?
inches. That is going to continue to
Alright,
about
thank
6
you.
p.m. And I want to make sure everyone understands this. Even though there might be a little break or you start seeing a little clearing, don't be misled by that. There could be a gust of wind that creates whiteout conditions while you're out in the store running to get that last gallon of milk you want to get. Hopefully everybody gets these in advance. This is not a time to be out there shopping. But the good news is that we know the timing of this, and it will abate over the next few hours, next few days for sure when cleanup starts. So this should not be a sustained storm as I've seen in my experience where I lived, where it sits over you for days and days and keeps accumulating, and then it does make it very challenging to go out and get the groceries or whatever you need to the store. So people just need to hold on, just wait a little bit longer, and I'm still expecting another 5 to 12 inches on Long Island until about 6 o'clock tonight. New York City, a little less, but still, given the density and people parking on the thoroughfares, on the roads, and in the communities, it makes it very complicated for the plows to get out there, and that's why we see problems. But 4 inches so far, another 4 inches. Most of it should start beating around 3 p.m. So that is an earlier termination expected time, and then we're on Long Island. Dutchess, Rockland, Westchester, about 2 to 4 inches, about another 5 to come. So that's what we're looking at, and again, it should not be continuing into tomorrow, which is exceptionally good news as well.
No.
Mention all those counties. I've been in touch with all of them, or personally, or left voicemails. My team has been in nonstop communication to find out what we can do to help you as you deploy your assets, what we can do to be right at your side. So we've had very good communications. Also, I just spoke with Mayor Adams to find out if they need anything in the city of New York. All's good so far. I did offer to give him some snow shoveling tips as well, because it's all about you don't shovel snow with your hands, you shovel with your knees. You need to get down and make sure that you're putting all the weight on your knees and not your lower back. And someone who deals with that personally has had to dealt with it personally. So I spoke to them and offer all the support they need, and that's where good collaboration and relationships with our neighboring counties, Nassau, Suffolk, Dutchess, Rockland, Westchester, and the 5 boroughs comes into play. So we're ready to be there for them and advance anything they need. Also, we'll be hearing from Commissioners Spray and Dominguez about getting our roads cleared. This is critically important. Please do your part. When you are home, you are safer, but also it's safer for our men and women who are driving the plows. It is a challenge for them to do this. They have limited visibility. They are huge. They have major blades. They have to watch out. They have to have eyes between every part of the body, including looking backwards. They have to be able to see what's going on around them, make sure that no one's in their way. So please do your part. If you have to be on the roads, which we discourage for the next few hours, but if you are there, please watch out for these drivers. They're doing their very best. Everything they're doing is for you and for your safety. So let's help them and don't crowd them as well. So again, just keep your eyes open for all these plows. As we're saying, this was posted before the snow hit. See that? We are so advanced. You can look picture is that actually grass? That's extraordinary. Even beforehand, we were saying to people, avoid the travel. This was the paramount lesson. And I do believe most people listen. We do see people on the roads, but we're not seeing the tie-ups and the problems that we've seen, as I mentioned yesterday, as we saw in places like Virginia not that long ago, when people were on a major thoroughfare, 95 jammed up, people literally trapped in their vehicles, and this has happened not just in Virginia, it's happened all across our state when people do not have the warnings and listen to the advice to stay home. So I want to thank New Yorkers who sacrificed their travel and have have stayed home, and it's a good time to just hang out. So that's another whole topic. We can get into that later, but I still want to say it's still very dangerous out there. These are dangerous weather conditions, and that's why we're reminding people to avoid travel at all costs. Some of our travel tips, as I mentioned, shoveling. You're talking to the expert now. This is something I've done all my life, especially with the little kids. And my parents would say, when you're done doing our own driveway, go next door and do the elderly neighbors. And then when they're done, go do the other neighbors. So I would spend during the winter months out there shoveling to help out neighbors. And I'm encouraging young, healthy people and everybody else to look out for your neighbors. Go to their houses, just do it with a smile on your face, and they'll be so grateful. And it's good to get some fresh air if you're younger. If you live older, I had actually a neighbor who had a heart attack shoveling the snow, so be very careful. There is a risk of overexertion. People are not accustomed to doing it, and we're not that accustomed here. There is a risk of heart attack, so if you feel chest pain, get some help immediately, and that is what I'm noticing. As a consequence, sometimes when people are out there exerting themselves shoveling snow, again, watch out for your backs. Shovel, bending your knees, it's the best way to do it. Also, if you have to drive, this should be in your vehicle all winter long, but if you've not taken these steps, take a look what we think you should have: the water, the snacks, the yes, how about that? Making sure that you're ready to call for help. Full tank of gas, critically important, because that could be a lifesaver for people who end up getting stranded, because we're not out of this yet. We warned about this yesterday. We're in the throes of the most serious, dangerous part. As we speak, we want to make sure everyone understands that. And if you have to pull over, your car breaks down, you have to pull over, stay in your vehicle. There are cases of individuals leaving their vehicles, other cars, motorists don't see them because of the blinding conditions, and that is very dangerous as well. So make sure you're ready. You want to keep that bag of kitty litter or sand in your trunk.
What's that?
I've used that before. You put it
I
on
did,
your
and
tires.
I look what you did on the.
If you really
Where
can, I
is
can
it
give a
now?
whole tutorial on this. It won't take the time now, but this
Ay,
is something I'm
nakulit.
working with. If you're at home, we want you
Don't
home.
do Give me your wallet.
Whether or not there's any power lines
Wait,
coming
your
down
money
that
still
comes
there?
out in the,
Yes.
your power coming through.
I'm sure you save that for your college, okay?
After class?
For your college.
Class, not college. Class.
Again, while you're home, enjoy the recommendations.
You like spicy tomato.
I also love Ted Lasso. If anyone wants recommendations on fun things to watch. But again, I know we spent a lot of time with our families during the pandemic and had that special bonding, and now you want to get back to that feeling of being together with your kids and your family members. So just take the time, enjoy it, watch some football, do some cooking. Just please stay off the road, because it makes it so much easier for all of us involved in the community. So let's make sure we do that. I see a lot of people out there jogging around, not posting with their television, jogging around Central Park and being out there, and that's fine. People dress really warm. And I did hear one gentleman say he was up from Virginia, saying how great it was that he had to wear a mask because it kept his face covered. So just an observation there. But for the intensity, it's real, especially even his temperature is as high as 40 degrees if you're wet. I'm sweaty from shoveling. Be aware of the symptoms: confusion, shivering, difficulty speaking, and all of a sudden you say, it's not safe out here. So please be aware of this as well. As for your kids too, if you let the kids go out and play, make sure they're dressed super well, that they stay cool so they can come in. But it's probably not the best day to do that. Our winter that play occur in the next couple of days, but this is not the time to be outdoors at all. At this point, I'd like to pass on our commissioner, Commissioner Dominguez, to talk about our response and here on how the MTA is doing. It's going to be Channel's always checking to make sure there's not a last minute change, but so here you'll get real-time information on the status of our subways and our buses. But right now I do want to congratulate and commend all those individuals involved in this infrastructure, which is a lifeline of the city and Long Island and the neighboring counties, and you have to keep that going. We know that's important. We'll do it in a safe way, a way that makes sure that people and the employees get to their destinations safely and as on time as we can during the blizzard. So, Commissioner Bray.
Governor, thank you. As the governor said, our forecast is on. We do expect to receive up to 18 inches in the city of Manhattan to receive a
Nakasod ka, nakasod.
and as she said, the most dangerous time is right now. So our message is clear: stay home. You're doing your job by staying home. We need you to keep doing that for the rest of the day today. Commissioner Dominguez and Chair Lieber will handle updates on our roads and transit. But let me give you some information on our ports. JFK, over 76% of flights have been canceled at JFK at this time. Over 90% of flights at LaGuardia have been canceled. If you were planning to fly today, certainly check with your airline before you go to the airport. Very unlikely that if your flight was scheduled for today, those flights are going, and we do not want you on the roads unnecessarily heading to the airport. We have speed restrictions in place at all of our water crossings, so all of our bridges have speed reductions in place, and all of them have, we've banned empty tractor trailers. Both state police and state fire have surged personnel to Long Island to assist with any needs on the roads, including rescues, and we have vehicles ready if that happens. Our stockpiles are open. We've been in constant touch with our counties about any needs that they may have, including from our stockpiles. I do want to say a note about tonight after the storm. It is going to be very cold tonight after the storm and through the day on Sunday and into Monday. We're going to see wind chill in this area drop to between 0 and -10. It's important, as the governor said, that you watch out for your sweat. It's important that you cover all of your exposed skin if you're going to go out. And I just want to say, if you do need to seek a warming shelter, they are now open across the area. In New York City and Suffolk, you can call 311. In Nassau, the hotline, we'll get this, it's up on websites, we'll continue to push out, is 866-927-6233. So if you need to seek warming, even after the storm, there are resources available for you. And now I am going to Commissioner Dominguez, who is out in the middle of it in Long Island for an update on our roads.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much, Governor. Thank you, Commissioner Gray. Indeed, I'm out on Long Island here at our command center, where literally we've got eyes on all roadways across the island, but not just here in Long Island. We're also DOT has eyes on all of our roadways and working to clear those roadways safely as soon and as quickly as possible. Our forces have been out through the night, working around the clock 24/7. We're out in full force. We've got about 450 operators and supervisors out combating this storm. So far, things are going well. We've got about 250 DOT plow trucks that are on the road. They're not just treating the road, they're literally clearing ice and snow. I want to remind folks that we've got a 45-mile-an-hour restriction and advisory in place on the Long Island Expressway in particular. And all of the parkways across the island. We want to make sure people are going at appropriate speeds and literally be safe, be aware. Know that there are folks that are out there, in particular our plow drivers who are trying to do their job. And if you get in their way, just keep in mind that the plow is very large. And you want to make sure that you give a plow driver enough room to actually operate their after for your safety. And as the governor said, don't go loud. Let them do their job so that they can clear the roadways and make us all safe. Just in terms of preparation, the governor referred to this, but the bottom line is that New York State DOT, we repositioned a number of assets, including over 100 personnel from upstate New York down to Lower Hudson Valley and certainly here in Long Island, where we have made sure that we've got folks out ready to not only they're plowing the roads, clearing trees, doing whatever we need to do to make sure all the technology, signal technology, et cetera, is up and operating. We still have a lot of work to do. I encourage people to please stay home. Enjoy the afternoon, as the governor said, and tonight, and with the freezing temperatures that are about to ensue, and you've got an opportunity tomorrow to enjoy the whole
Hey,
day.
Red, what you getting
Give
there?
us some room, to actually clean the roadways
No!
and make sure that
That's
they're
really?
safe so that people can go back to work.
Give me that. You have to give me the give me one.
Behind us, but again, we still have some serious work to do. We've got a great elite snow fighting crew
Give me
here
that,
at
give me
TNT, and we're on it 24/7. We're going to stay at it and make sure that we work with our partners on the things that we need to set up. Your leadership during this event, and again, stay home, stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner, and please give our gratitude to everyone who's out there literally on the streets as we speak to make sure that we're safe.
Ay, no.
At this point, I'd like to hear what things are happening. Things are happening with the MTA. They're getting there in real time right now with our no longer acting, but our permanent CEO of MTA, and that is Jan Weaver.
Thanks, Governor. The MTA story, I think, overall is a positive one. The subway system is operating almost fully. Almost every station is being served. That's 472 stations, only a couple not being served. We had to suspend temporarily the last stretch out to the Rockaway, providing buses to replace that service. But otherwise, the subway system is in full gear. I actually rode the train up to this meeting, 10-minute ride from downtown to Midtown. The buses are in great shape. 2,400 buses, all with chains on their tires, and all operating and supporting New York. The commuter railroads tale of two different stories. Long Island, we planned and we messaged with the governor's leadership that the Long Island Railroad would be shut down today, starting at 8 a.m. and it remains shut down. It's going to come back on tomorrow, but the planning for that resumption of service will depend. The exact timing of the resumption service is going to depend on when the storm abates. So we're going to set that as soon as we can after the storm.
Is that the one?
Yes.
It's nothing. I remove this.
Long Island Railroad on Monday morning. Metro North, Westchester, the other northern suburbs, positive story. Hourly service on all three branches. The only suspensions are on the Harlem line, southeast to Passaic, the northern end, and the 3 branches in Connecticut. But otherwise, all 3 lines, including Harlem, Hudson, are getting hourly service on Metro North. And just a big shout out to the MTA workforce who came in, extra people came in to make sure that we were prepared and we could manage
No
through.
snowman.
It's all paying
No
off.
snowman.
Thank you, Jan, and I want to thank everybody, as you mentioned, who are part of that campaign. People are indoors. The work to make sure that essential workers can get to their jobs in hospitals and grocery stores and pharmacies. So we are so grateful that Director of State Operations, Catherine today was fine. I'd like to say that I want to everyone else is calling for, please do stay home. And even if you are walking around, I know there's a temptation to walk on the street. You know, a plow is a ton of weight in front of a truck. You do not want to get anywhere near it. Give folks the opportunity to clear. We are coming all across the state, but we need a little bit of time once the storm passes. And that is something I want to put an exclamation point on. Just because the snow stops doesn't mean life gets back to normal. That's when the true cleanup is going to continue, and that's when we need just a little more time to take care of the roads safely. And again, we all know everyone knows to do that. This is what is the dangerous thing we're talking about. We're expecting temperatures in the single digits into tomorrow morning, and this is when frostbite kicks in. Look at how serious that can be. So we are trying to remind everybody, take this very seriously. And but also one of the consequences I mentioned earlier is that you get the lines that come down. You end up in that situation where there's dangerous power lines on the ground, or else in your home you've lost the power. Right now, as of at least 10 a.m., we had about 424 homes in the state of New York without power. That is minimal, that is very good at this point, but we're not out of this yet. And so we're expecting that to actually go up as the winds pick up this afternoon, and we'll restore power. We'll be working today, making sure that they have whatever they need from us to do their jobs. But again, it was about deploying people on the ground right away. So here are some recommendations to protect yourself during a power outage and how to keep everything safe for you and your family members. Again, checking on your neighbors is really important. So we're giving our forecast and weather reports. Let's talk about the winter surge of the pandemic. And it is still going on, and that's why one of my first questions this morning is what's happening in the hospitals. Because you have a lot of patients, places like Long Island, downstate here as well, where there are people in hospitals being treated for many ailments, but COVID in particular. And I want to make sure that the healthcare workers could get to their jobs. And the report is we checked in with all the hospitals that they're in a good place, and that was important to me, recognizing the confluence of factors dealing with the pandemic that is still persistent but dramatically improving, as well as we're dealing with a nor'easter. So statewide positives, take a look at that. That is a beautiful sight. Down from 90,000 cases just earlier this month, and now down to 12,000 cases, which again, a few months ago we would have thought was incredibly high, but put into perspective what we just came through. And we've done about 215,000 tests, or 254 tests. But what you've seen in those positives is an 86%.
We've been listening to New York officials update us on the winter storm and also what's going on with the pandemic. And everyone's really stressing just to stay off the roads. And if you do need to drive for some reason today, to give the snowplows plenty of room to do their jobs.
One of the things that we heard Governor Hochul mention is that if there is a lull, to be on alert, because there is still the potential for some dangerous conditions, even through the lull, whether it be the winds picking back up or still some of the remnants of this storm as they continue to make their way through.
All right, it is 11:37. Time for a check on your first alert forecast. Here's Elise. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Cindy and Kevin. So we've had a tremendous morning already with this system, and I want to show you some of these running snowfall totals, meaning we're not done there. Around town in Howard Beach, they've picked up 11 inches. Whitestone, 9 inches. Maspeth, 8.6. Prospect Park, 8 inches. And Central Park, 5.3, but that is a 9 o'clock reading, so we're hoping to get a new update from them around the noon hour. So we have had some impressive snowfall amounts across the tri-state area. Also impressive, although not pleasant to be in, the temperatures. We have temperatures in the teens and a couple of 20s. 21 degrees for the Hamptons, but on this particular everybody else in the teens, 16 for New York City, and these wind gusts are much, much colder. We have 18-mile-an-hour gusts being reported in Sparta, but 21 for Monticello, 29 for Poughkeepsie, 33-mile-an-hour gusts being reported in White Plains, and Babylon, 36 for Central Park, and the Hamptons is reporting 37-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and we have seen much higher. We've seen wind gusts already in excess of 60 miles per hour, so the winds continue to whip and be a huge part of the story. The wind chills, this is what it feels like, 2 degrees in New York City, and for Brick, feels like 3 for Sparta, 3 below for Greenwich, it feels like 11 below for White Plains. This is the problem, one of the problems. We have heavy snow, we have the significant winds that are blowing the snow around, and even if you go outside to clean up, if you do so intermittently, the problem is you can only stay out, or we only recommend that you stay out for short periods of time because it is so dangerously cold. Your Skycast satellite and radar still showing some widespread snow, but one of the things that we're seeing is a lighter color. When you look at the radar, the darker the color, the heavier the snow. And so a lot of the area is really seeing some light snow shower activity right now. Locations have moderate snow showers, but we're still seeing those heavier bands across Long Island, and that's been the case for several hours. So as we take a look in and around New York City, I think you can make out it's not quite the color that we're seeing around Sparta, which could really be dangerous flurries at this point. But we do have a lighter to moderate snowfall for parts of the area, with the more moderate to heavy snow still falling over Long Island, so you can see Brookhaven and Southport. Check on your future.
Are you done?
Know that in this 20 o'clock hour, between 12 and
I will throw it in the garbage. Okay? Okay. What did you say to Nina?
Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Looks like it's going to take you some hours to get rid of the snow at 5 o'clock. The likely state is snow in parts of Long Island, and even at 7:30, the east end could still be in the snow. So it's going to take a while for some areas to get rid of the snow. As far as how much more snow we could add,
For New York City, not much more than what we
Bawing
have
bawing
right
lang
now.
tuloy.
But as we head
Bawing
to Long
bawing
Island,
lang.
take a look. I mean, Riverhead, you could pick up 6 more inches. Montauk could pick up 5 more inches. And when it's all said and done, a lot of the area will fall in that 4 to 10 inch. But we have a number of locations that when it's all said and done, will have 10 to 18 inches, and some 18 plus. Of course, all that snow will be blown around with these gusty winds, 35 to 45 mile an hour gusts in and around New York City, 45 to 60 as we head to Long Island. You wake up tomorrow, it'll feel like 7 degrees for Mayapack, Danbury, and
Mas malamig bukas. Oo, kasi matutunaw na yelo eh.
It'll feel like 5 below waking up Sunday morning. So very, very cold tomorrow. Your first alert, 7 forecast shows that we are just really in the fridge. We're in the fridge right now with these temperatures. 22 degrees expected for a high today. With the wind, it will feel much colder. Tomorrow, sunny skies, but still really cold, 27 degrees. It's not until the middle of the week that our temperatures will be unseasonably warm in the 40s and in some cases the low 50s. By Thursday. Right now, I want to send it out to my colleague, John Elliott. He has been out in Long Island for hours now with the mobile weather lab. He is jumping up and down. I know, the guy's got energy. I don't even know where he gets it from. Out there, braving the snow, the wind, the cold. Thank you for all of that, John. I'm going to send it out to you right now.
Mark, say hello to everybody.
Hey.
Mark was nice enough to stop by. You're busy. You keep going. Keep going. Thanks.
Sana mag-ganyan din ako.
I gotta tell you, and somebody else
Mag-interview ako sa TV sa New York. No.
Beautiful NYPD play. Hey!
Pag na-interview ako sa TV sa New York.
And all of a sudden, it's a parade.
Shout out sa mga Pinoy.
Too close to the street. So, the governor is mentioning wanting to keep streets safe as the plows come through.
Pag nabubuwis ako sa mga pasyente ko, pre, tinatagalog ko eh.
On the local level, too.
Pag yung mga Hudyo kasi, mga bata. Kukulit. Hindi man na nanay po, sa inang kukulit mo ah. Pag gano'n ako eh, wala naman nakakaintindi.
Interviewed, so Brian, can you stand over there and block the wind?
Kaso nahalata pala pag reverse ano. Kahit ibang lengguwahe. Oh, puta.
Checking all the buddies, and we're also checking to see what eateries are open so we can go get lunch for the guys to make sure that they are well fed.
And what's the percentage of eateries that are?
Pag gano'n ako sa tao eh, tumingin lang yung bata sa akin.
And Dunkin' Donuts.
I gotta tell you, because I've been polling too, and you can't blame these businesses for
I
shutting
said
down.
two like
There's
this.
such a little traffic.
Yes,
Oh my
I also
God.
want people to stay off the roads.
Dito turo ko sa mga bata.
Yeah, so I mean, it's this the delicate balance. You need these
Nangyari
places
sa ano
to
ko,
eat and feed
art show
people.
doon naman.
One other very important point the councilwoman and the fire chief were trying to make. This is Main Street. They really want it to be clear from side to side. You can see these caravans going through, but they need to plow it right
Sa
up
lahat
to
ng
the
laro
meters.
natin,
And
isa lang
again,
yung
this
tapos.
is just the first
Yung pangkulang talaga ako.
Rick, I told you to use this one. Look. Put your body there.
No,
Yeah,
it's there.
So it's really a process.
Not
But
a
yeah,
one.
you're doing the right thing. You're staying home, watching Channel 2.
Stanley yan ang movie na tapos.
Live, so you don't have to be in
Sneaker shop.
a lovely
Meron bagong lalabas sa sneaker shop.
We'll send it back to you guys in
Not
this
a one.
Puro SB lang. This coming July. Lahat, sunod-sunod. Everyday meron isang sapatos po. Ano, offline ako, diba?
John, thank you very much. Now to New Jersey, where Governor Murphy has declared a state of emergency.
The Jersey Shore hit hard under a blizzard warning. Wind gusts there. Still a major concern. CBS 2's Meg Baker has been out there in Belmar all morning long. Meg, it doesn't look like it's gotten any better.
Oh, no, it hasn't. You can see this wind as it's blowing the snow sideways still. You know, the Jersey Shore is beautiful any time of the year. With the snow, it's very scenic. But when I tell you I'm looking forward to a beach day after today, I'm really looking forward to a beach day. It's about 120 days to Memorial Day weekend. Everyone get excited for that. We'll do a countdown. Now, Thomas, this plow. We'll go chat with him real quick. What's it like out there? You doing the roads here in Belmar?
Yeah, it's not too bad. A little windy, a little furry, but it's white gold.
White gold.
We need the money. We need the money.
There you go. Well, good luck out there. Stay safe. Thanks for stopping and chatting with us, all right? Thank you. Now, the main concern down here has been the gusts of wind, at times 50-mile-per-hour winds that have the potential to bring down power lines, bring down branches, and there have been some power outages reported. We spoke to Monmouth County Sheriff Sean Golden about this. Now, there are some power outages.
Very few power outages. I'm told by our JCPNO reps about 400 power outages. They do caution though, with this high wind, obviously the crews can't work with the bucket trucks, so they have to be very careful and safe. So I don't know that they're going to be able to do any major power restoration until the winds die down here. And later on today, until this probably clears out.
Now the wind, you can see it's blowing the snow, so it's hard to get a complete read on the accumulation, but we know that we have gotten well over a foot so far, and this started at 6 o'clock last night, and it has not slowed down since, so much more to come, it seems like. We're live here in Belmont, New Jersey. Meg Baker, CBS 2 News.
Meg, thank you so much. Now we want to head to Long Island South Shore, where they're seeing some of the worst of the storm.
The Suffolk County Police Department urging drivers to stay off the road, saying there have been dozens of accidents already. CBS 2's Carolyn Gussoff joining us now live from Bayshore with the latest on the conditions there.
Kasi alam ko ba't gusto mo solar rain. Kasi si Firestorm ka, di ba? Ay, ayoko nun. Alam mo ba't hindi ko minabak? Kaya ako minamak yung... Hindi, depende kung sino kalina. Pag si Razor, yung mamak si Firestorm. Pero pag si Mark, si Astro. Kasi si Firestorm, habang tinataas mo yung level, mataas din yung sakit sa mana. So, kaya ako minamak lagi si... Tawag dito? Tinipiling ko muna or depende sa lane ko. Depende sa lane.
That's compact, so it's, I mean, it's very dangerous and it's tough to see. If your doors are facing northwards, you can have some sluggers coming up on them that could be 2 or 3 feet tall.
So you're seeing it blowing.
Yeah, you can see yourself being stuck in your house if you don't get out there early enough to clear it out.
We saw the highest snow total so far out at Warrior Point was 12 inches, and then second is Bayshore, where we are now.
Ulit may mamamatay ulit yung support ko
in 10 inches of snow right now.
It depends on where you stand. You can stand in 2 inches if the wind's blowing across it, or you can stand
hindi ko papansin. Ganun ginagawa ko pag sa mga support. Pag-play na.
how the wind's blowing and where you are. So it all depends if
Ang
you just get
ganda!
out there clear it out safe.
Yeah, you were saying to me before that it's really dangerous for folks to be on the roads because you can't see them.
Yeah, it's tough to see if you're
Dito sila.
pulling out of your driveway.
Dito na anuhan, yung banda hindi.
Clouds are coming down and we can't see
Yung
out the
banda
windows.
wala.
So we have guys
Dito
who drop there
nadaanan
watching out the windows on the side, but still it's very dangerous. And the plow hits you, a 5-ton truck hits you, it's not a good thing, so just be careful.
So you literally have guys just as spotters.
Yeah, while we're riding, while we're driving to different locations, they're there to spot cars coming out, anybody walking in the road, because some people don't want to walk on the sidewalk because the drift is so high, so they'll walk down the middle of the street.
But it is amazing. We are on the main drag right now through the heart of Suffolk County. We haven't seen one car drive by. So people are listening.
Yeah.
Dahan-dahan ka
And an indicator of how bad things really are. We heard of a train, a Long Island Railroad train, striking a car in Farmingdale at around 10 a.m. And no one was in the car, leading me to believe that the driver had to ditch the car, couldn't get through the tracks, got out of the car, and thankfully no serious injuries, but could not drive across the tracks, and the train struck the vehicle. And also, we're outside the Forum Diner here in Bayshore, and they're closing because nobody is out right now here in Bayshore or the
Hey, Mommy!
this part of Suffolk
Hey,
County.
Mommy! I can spell shapes.
Thankfully, they're open for us for several hours, and we thank them. But that's how bad it is. And the county executive, Steve Blown of Suffolk County, has said, we're not over. This is going to be a multi-day cleanup. And if you see a lull near you across Long Island, it doesn't mean it's over. We are still in the thick of it. And as you just heard, it could be continuous snowfall across the the eastern portion of Suffolk County through at least 5 o'clock. So reporting from Bayshore, Carolyn Gussoff, CBS 2 News.
Carolyn, thank you so much. The city has launched a major effort to try and keep streets clear during this nor'easter.
CBS 2's Christina Fan live for us in Long Island City, Queens. Christina, we saw the winds gusting in some of your other reports. You at least found a better place to stand right now.
Yes, indeed, Kevin. I moved back to my original position after just getting, I felt like I was getting punched in the face a little bit earlier. And it was blowing so hard. When you were asking me the question near the end there, actually like a chunk of my hair flew into my mouth. Something that's never happened before. But conditions outside, they are still rough. We're expecting about a foot of snow to fall in New York City. And here in Queens, we're about halfway there, between 5 to 7 inches. And on this block, there have been 2 gentlemen tasked with kind of clearing the sidewalks here. They're doing a pretty good job. You can see the pavement here, but the bad news is each time they've made it around the block and they want to go inside and take a quick breather to warm up because the snow and the wind, by the time they reach, I guess, the starting point, they have to start all over again, go around the entire block. And I want to show you one of the big issues they're dealing with is these snow banks. As you can see, they are several feet high. They kind of just given up on this block over here because it's not impeding any traffic. But one thing we do want to say is that, you know, humans not enjoying the snow so much, but as we mentioned earlier, some animals, especially dogs, are just loving the snow. Earlier, we caught up with this dog owner. This not golden retriever, German Shepherd. We all know they love snow. We asked them, you know, how they're enjoying the elements outside.
This type of dogs loves to be outside, and Rottweiler, the rougher the better. They're actually not city dogs, so this is great for them. It's just unfortunate that I'm freezing my butt cheeks off.
And Lars there, he told us that his pup is actually from Africa, and this is only her second time seeing snow. I think she's 4 years old. So cute. So, you know, we take a lot of this stuff for granted, but for some people, especially animals who haven't seen the snow very often, this is a big gift for them. Also want to touch on the roads really quickly. The sanitation commissioner earlier, he said that, you know, they have thousands of plows as well as salt spreaders all out on the road, but unfortunately, even though they are working so hard, it is unlikely we are going to be seeing any blacktop for the next several hours until the snow is able to stop. The mayor, as well as all city officials, urging everyone to stay off the roads, take public transportation. The MTA chairman earlier during the governor's briefing said that for the most part, subways and buses are running on or close to schedule, so that is likely your best bet. Reporting live from Long Island City, Queens, Christina Fan, CBS 2 News.
Hey, Christina, before we let you go warm up, it looks like throughout the day we've seen more folks make their way out.
Yes, people are really enjoying the snow. Kind of, you know, as some of the other reporters have remarked that they're seeing similar things in Central Park. We know Dave Carlin, he was out on the Upper West Side. A lot of dog walkers out here. And, you know, the thing we're hearing over and over again is they're not happy being outside, but their animals sure are.
Well, I'm so glad we got to meet the German Shepherd. Thank you so much, Christina. Now, we do have a reminder of how dangerous these conditions can be. This accident on the I-95 Turnpike South. First responders on the scene of a single-car accident. The stretch is passable, but as you can see, snow is packed and slick. And we are seeing treacherous driving conditions now in Westchester County.
CBS 2's Elijah Westbrook is live for us in New Rochelle. Elijah, it's been a lonely morning, and that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, no one's out here. This is North Avenue in New Rochelle, and once again, take a look. One thing that remains steady, right? Not a lot of people out here, and also the snow. It's coming down several inches of it. It's always so beautiful, right, when it comes down at first, especially when you can watch it from afar, especially from inside. But if you're someone like us who has to be out in it, safety is the number one thing we want to emphasize. Of course, we heard Governor Kathy Hochul talking about that, and as we know, this region is under what's called a state of emergency because of the heavy snowfall. And the longer you stay out here, you really see why it's in place. The roads very slippery and wet. In fact, not a lot of people out here at this hour, which is a good thing because of this. But one of the things you'll notice as soon as you head out the door, we can't emphasize this enough, is how windy and how cold it is. So you certainly want to layer up as much as possible. So just be careful out on the sidewalks. We are seeing some crews out here shoveling those sidewalks, but even just after an hour, you can see with the snow and the wind blowing how it almost looks like nothing was even done. But again, you're getting another nice look here on North Avenue in New Rochelle. Beautiful sight from this vantage point, especially if you're standing inside. But from outside, it's not as nice, if you will. But for now, we're live in New Rochelle. Elijah Westbrook, CBS Studios. Let's send things back to you.
And Elijah, we have heard, unfortunately, of some accidents along the way, including not too far from where you are. And what were conditions like from Harlem or wherever you started your morning from to where you are now?
Ba't mainit sa inyo? Kasi pag malamig ba?
Ako hindi ako nagsasabi na nagdamo ako dito No. Hindi ko sinasabi na bigyan mo pagkain. So naglalagay niya.
Took the New England Thruway up this way. I was going about maybe 35-40 miles an hour because of the conditions out here. So you certainly want to be careful if you head out the door this morning or later on today, and if you have to drive any place.
So Elijah, your first week at work, and now you've done your first big winter storm in New York. What do you think?
I feel great. This is the perfect welcome back home. It really is. And I know, unfortunately, we haven't even gotten through the month of January yet. We always know how February is going to be. So hopefully, it'll lighten up just a bit. But I'm more of a summer guy, so we'll see how that pans out.
Elijah, I hear it's good luck when you get a big story like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm so happy to join the team here at CBS 2 News, and I'm looking forward to even more great things.
All right, we're very happy to have you, Elijah. Thank you so much. Now we have some more cute pictures to show you. Let's check out the dogs in Central Park. They are having a blast out there. As we were talking to Christina and talking to an owner who says he was freezing, well, he was saying he's freezing his rear off, actually, is what he said. But the dogs love it.
Yeah, they're having a great time. And you know, for them, too, this is a chance to run off the leash a little bit because there's not a whole lot going on. Folks aren't driving around. There's a lot less in terms of, obstacles for them to deal with, and they're just having a ball.
They really are. Now, I know you have 2 cats, but you are also a dog person.
I'm a dog person at heart. My dog would love the snow. I have plenty of videos of him digging his nose in, and we would spend hours on end outside. So, I'm sure the dogs all enjoy it.
That's right. It is 11:57 now. Let's check our first alert forecast with Elise. Good morning, Elise.
Good morning to you, Cindy and Kevin. So we have had a blizzard confirmed from the National Weather Center. Blizzard criteria was met early this morning along the New Jersey coast. As we looked at Meg Baker out there blowing in the wind, we certainly thought it. They confirmed it. Just to remind you, blizzard criteria, you need to have 3 hours or more of sustained winds of 35 miles per hour or greater, blowing snow, and visibility reduced to a quarter of a mile or less. We certainly had all of that, so a blizzard has been confirmed there. We expect the same will likely be confirmed on Long Island later. But we do still have a blizzard warning in effect for Monmouth, Ocean, and Suffolk counties. We have a lot of alerts in effect. The latest of them expires at 7 o'clock tonight. But we do have the blizzard warnings. Everything in pink is a winter storm warning. The purple winter weather advisory. So far, none have been allowed to expire, even though for some, this system will start to wind down here pretty quickly. So here's a big picture. Look at your SkyCast satellite and radar. Our far northern and western suburbs have seen the least amount of snow. The snow will end for you here soon. For New York City, we're still seeing some light snowfall, and for Long Island, we're still seeing moderate to heavy snow at times. The darker the color, the heavier the snow, and I think you can make out that the heaviest of that snow is falling across Long Island. When it's all said and done, a good chunk of the area will have 4 to 10 inches of snow. Everything in purple, 10 to 18, with a few bullseye locations picking up in excess of 18 inches of snow. So when does it end? Well, inland and far northern and western locations now between 1 p.m. For the city, it'll end between 1 and 3 in Long Island, not until 8 p.m. And with that,
Thank you, Elise, and from all of us here, thank you so much for watching. I'm Kevin Rincon.
And our coverage here on CBS 2 is wrapping up, but we will have continuing first alert weather coverage streaming on CBS News New York, on CBSNewYork.com, as well as WLNY TV 1055, and that is starting at 12:30. We've had a nice time with you this morning. So glad you guys could stay warm. Stay safe and warm. Bye-bye.
Atas lang ako. Wait lang. Wait lang. Uy, sayang. Sayang. Hindi mo nang kayo na. Patay pa ako. Nandito na sila. Sa magandang Diyan ka lang. Diyan ka na. Dito pa rin ako. Kaya. Hindi ako patay. Ay, nakita pa!
1, 2, 3!
Kaya na. Gusto na lang. Ingat na din.
All that's coming up when we begin our day with Inside College Basketball, which starts right now.
You want egg? You want egg? You want egg? I will. A little baby. Don't say. Look, little baby chicks. You want little baby chicks? One's crackers.
And welcome to Inside College Basketball, presented by Progressive Insurance. With you for the next 30 minutes, Adam Zucker along with Clark Kellogg and Seth Davis on a great day to be inside here in the Northeast and snowing basketball. Yes, we're going outside baseball. No doubt about it. We're halfway across the country through conference championship races, which means I can count on one hand and a finger how far we are from Selection Sunday, 6 weeks away.
Got me excited. I know you're a bracketologist, so your season selections. Hey, today we've got a lot of great games with the SEC Big 12 Challenge. A lot of these challenges take place in December. I love the fact that it's taking place this time of year, and I like conference games in December. We got to mix it up. I got a lot of unsolicited advice, and that's the topic.
It sounds like it, yeah. We're on a litmus test, and we've got the in-state stuff here today, getting you set for the first of two here on CBS. Michigan and Michigan State, as we head out now to the Breslin Center, where the players have hit the court. And we're going to start with the center attack for the Wolverines. Mark, it's
Like on nest.
Yeoman's work lately. When he's on CBS, he's averaging 24 points a game.
Little baby.
In those two games on CBS.
I gotta back you. Just three.
Houston, 18 points per game and 69 from 3 over his last 3. When he scores
Papunta Rachel. Papunta
Little
Rachel.
baby chicks. Who wants to crack you? Who wants to crack the baby chicks?
The star freshman right there in Michigan on a season high 3-game winning
Four.
streak, and they
31 hours.
visits as an
31
honorary
hours.
guest against the ranked Spartan squad, and Seth Shirley Thomas, who knows that?
Yes, he certainly does, and
Who
he's
wants
committing
to
a
crack
big
the
game.
baby chicks?
Gabe Brown, the leading scorer, 13 points per game, 5 rebounds, 37%
Crack the
from
baby
3.
chicks.
Has a knack for making timely threes. That's what I'm looking for from it today.
And this young fella's an outstanding neon movie. Started strong, has hit a little bit of a hurdle here
A
recently.
baby. One,
Looking
two,
to
chick
bounce back in a
eggs.
big way in this rivalry matchup today.
This is a crack.
And then Big
Egg.
Bingham, I think he's the
This is a
whole key to the
baby
game
chick
for the
egg.
He's got
A baby red baby egg.
Can he do it without needing
Who wants
that
to crack
double
eggs?
and stay out of foul trouble? He's the key to the game.
Rock-a-bye, baby.
Today in East Lansing, as the Big Ten
Little
standings would
eggs.
suggest. Take a look.
Rock-a-bye, baby.
2 games.
In your eggs.
Top 25 and set for wide open conference as we head into February.
Any of those teams on the left, especially the top 5, can win it. And the big thing is who can stay healthy, who can avoid
Baby.
getting COVID. You look at Illinois,
My little
Kobe,
eggs.
concussion, just want to get Carvella back.
Stay there, little eggs. With baby crack.
Those 7 teams on the left side of the screen are tournament teams, and then you're going to probably have 2 of those other 7 teams make it to the field as well. I'm looking at 8 or 9 from the Big Ten, but you're right, a lot of teams still in play to win that conference championship. And they all matter. Time now to hit this week's Hoop headlines, and we begin with Wednesday's announcement that Louisville and head coach Chris Mack have mutually agreed to waves. Hired in 2018, Mack's Cardinals have gone just 24-16 over the last 2 seasons. Not coincidentally, last night Auburn announced a contract extension for Bruce Pearl that would keep their head coach on the Plains for life. CBSSports.com reports an 8-year extension for Pearl. Here he's making more than the football coach. That's a lot of acorns. And finally, broadcast legend Vital announced on Monday airwaves this season as he continues to rest his voice in preparation for vocal cord surgery. And of course, we all send Dickie B our heartfelt and best wishes on a speedy recovery. That is a voice that has done so much for so many people and brought people hope and cheer during their tough times. Nothing quite like his eternal enthusiasm and optimism and what it's meant to all of us who have been part of college basketball. So we wish you the very best in terms of preparing
Magic damage ba siya rito?
full recovery as well. You know, you'll be
Chocolates. Oh!
Kahit yung feedback mo.
Hi, what's your snowman?
Great was ever achieved without enthusiasm.
Baby.
Truly, like the spirit of college basketball.
Little baby. Way
This is
down.
very similar to what happened with Mark Turgeon. This was 100% Chris Mack's decision. Now you can say he tried to quit before he got fired. We'll never know what would have happened. But a lot of it had to do with his suspension to the start of the season. 6 games. He was completely disconnected from the scene. He was not even allowed to text his assistants. Guess what he did? He spent time with his family. And he got a glimpse of life on the other side. Then he comes back to the team with a lot of new players that he hasn't been around. That was awkward. Then things went south. It's been a long couple of years between the COVID pause and the controversies. The bottom line is he's 52. He's got plenty of money in the bank. He's got 2 girls who are in high school, and he's not getting this time back. I don't think he's going to be coaching anymore next year. I think he wants to walk the earth for a little bit and enjoy his life.
certainly not ideal circumstances when you chronicle everything that you've
Seryoso ka
done,
ba?
but it does give him a chance to maybe recalibrate,
Seryoso ka ba?
refresh in a way that could be healthy for him. And
Ay, kaya pala dami.
Sounds like a big reset there. Who
Ang
ends up taking
dami.
over?
Well, you know, you saw what happened with Bruce Pearl. It is hard to get Bruce Pearl
Ang
the
dami.
lead of
Binagsak ka na
I
kayo
think
ba?
the leader of the clubhouse early is Kenny Payne, as a guy who played there and also coached at Kentucky. But I don't know if Louisville fans' expectations are going to be
the
reasonable.
guy right there in Louisville, Bellarmine, Scott Davenport. Sometimes you can go off the beaten path a little bit. Everybody wants to win the press conference. You got to think about winning for your long-term success of your program. And he's a terrific coach and well-liked and well-respected in Louisville.
All right, our search committee has spoken. And when inside college basketball presented by Progressive Insurance returns, our full court press is the top team in the AP poll, really the best team in the country.
What's your
And it is
ass?
a Badger, the clear-cut National Player of the Year. The guys will be on the clock when we come back. Inside College Basketball, presented by Progressive Insurance, is sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings, the official sports bar of March Madness. And by Progressive, save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle
Kailangan
insurance.
wala pa skill. Gago ka. Uy. Nangyari?
Caroline, wait. Mitch? Oh, I know I messed up.
Hey.
I told Diane it's over.
Pabawi ko.
Can we have some space? Oh. Yeah, of course.
Switch to Progressive and you can save hundreds. You know, like the sign says. Mitch, you live in a van.
Farm ka na?
Free spirit.
Wild Wings win-win value lineup gives you and your friends more for less. With buy one, get one half off traditional wings every Tuesday. Buy one, get one free bonus wings every Thursday. And $3 tolls every day.
Wow!
That's the game plan. Stick to it.
Let's go. Cozy up, Big Brother fans.
Ano naman siya?
Backstabbing again. Celebrity Big
Kaya ba?
Brother's back.
Dalawa yan.
I'm gonna make over this whole place when I'm not busy backstabbing and conniving.
All right, welcome back. It's time now for our full court press where the guys get 30 seconds combined to answer some of the sports pressing questions. Selective here. And we begin with perhaps the most perplexing question going right now. Who is number one? After starting the season ranked 22nd, Auburn is now the nation's top-ranked team in the AP poll, of which set us apart for the first time in school history. And while War Eagle is flying high, Gonzaga still sits atop the coaches' poll. So Clark, clear this up for us. Who is the best team in the country? 30 seconds.
Well, first thing is, this is as tight as me and one of those regional jet wrestlers, okay? So clearly this is tight. I like Auburn because they get the loser game and in regulation this year. They lost a double overtime game, the only loss they've had, and they got the longest winning streak in the country.
So I am an AP voter, and I voted Gonzaga still number 1, even though they're number 2. I understand the argument for moving Auburn to number 1. That's easy. I don't see the argument for moving Gonzaga down from number 1.
It's not red, it's pink.
But I don't know why people are assuming Gonzaga wouldn't do the same against that schedule. I'm staying with the Zags.
Almost dropped it right for their first time getting the number 1. Just lost to Missouri. Up next, the headliner of the Big 12 SEC Challenge, 12th ranked Kentucky, number 5 Kansas, the 2 winningest programs in college basketball history. Meeting later today, the Wildcats needed overtime and a 21-point, 22-rebound game from Oscar Tshiebwe to beat Mississippi State on Tuesday. A day earlier, the Jayhawks needed 2 overtimes and a career-high 37 points from Outage to overtake Texas Tech. 2 wins, this battle of blue bloods coming up later.
So the reason why Kentucky needed to go to overtime to win that game at home is because Ty Washington didn't play. So that's the big question. Does he play? How healthy he is? Bottom line, very hard to go against Kansas in the fog. And I would take the
I would take Kentucky Wildcats on the road to get a huge, big-time win against a really quality opponent in one of the great venues in college basketball. I love what Tshiebwe's been doing in dominating the paint, but I also like what Severe Wheeler brings to that point guard position. I like the Wildcats to surprise some folks.
Good thing they got Wheeler back quickly. Where Wisconsin's Johnny Davis pouring in almost 22 points a game. Davis has tripled his scoring average from a year ago, but has plenty of confidence. Who is your player of the year?
Oh, we've got a group of candidates that are all worthy, and you can make strong cases for all of them. Johnny Davis, you've got Outage, you've got Oscar Tshiebwe, you've got Drew Timme. I'm gonna lean towards Outage because of his moments of magnitude. When it's that clustered, when you have big moments and big shots and you're consistently excellent, that gives you the nod in my opinion.
This is the best, deepest, most wide-open player of the year race I have ever covered in my many years covering the sport. Last week I had Johnny Davis. I'll go with Outage because of what he's doing lately against big teams and most importantly in big moments.
Including a big one coming up tonight for players on both sides of the court. And remember to tune in to CBS Sports Network on April 2nd for the official announcement of the Jersey Mike's Naismith Men's and Women's College Player of the Year. And this reminder, a jam-packed Saturday of college hoops action over on CBS Sports Network. VCU and Richmond rivals tipping off a quadruple header, which begins at 4 Eastern. And turning our attention back to the game you'll see at the bottom of the hour, here's Jim Spanarkel, who caught up with Michigan State head coach Tom Izzo earlier.
Tom, the team has won 10 out of your last 12 games. Kind of assess the team for me to this point in the season.
Well, you look at it half full or half empty. You know, we've lost 2 out of the last 3, so you can do it any way you want, but I appreciate that. No, you know, I think I've got a good team. You know, turnovers have been a problem. There's no sense in hiding the white elephant in the room. It's been a problem, and it's cost us a little bit. And we're trying to rectify it. If we do, I think the good team becomes a great team. We've been good defensively. We've been pretty good offensively. It's just getting enough shots.
Describe for us the difference between playing Michigan and other teams in this Big Ten conference.
Well, Judd, you said it's a privilege to play in a rivalry game. As you know, the Duke, Carolina, you know, Michigan, Ohio State was a big rivalry in football for forever. There's not a lot of great rivals where both teams are in the same conference in the same state. We happen to have one of those, so you know, it's respectfful, but it's happy. We've joined it.
Well, thanks for your time today, Tom, and happy birthday tomorrow.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Both teams are in different positions. Michigan is starting to play well, finding himself comfortable and confident inside the game. I think Michigan State, on the other hand, they've got to squeeze the orange. If they do that,
para makakuha natin.
Michigan State's problem with the turnover. I think they'll change over. Their backcourt did not play well in their last game, Walker and Christie. I just think those guys are too good to have 2 bad games in a row. So I like Sparty at home.
See if they can frustrate Michigan's top 3-point shooting.
Oh, they've been shooting well.
All right, we're getting closer to the tip in East Lansing. The Breslin Center will be boisterous this afternoon for a battle of in-state Big Ten rivals.
Labanan natin muna.
Inside College basketball presented by Progressive Insurance.
di ba? Mas tayo.
There's my little nephew. He looks more like Dad every time I see him. Dad is old. Right. So your message said you wanted to talk about insurance? I said I want you to talk about insurance. Well, most people know that bundling home and auto saves you money.
Salubungin natin sino masalubong ka.
Know that new customers who
Dito yan.
bundle save
Yun na siya.
save an average of $800.
When it's game time, everyone's got a favorite number. Whichever number you go with, you'll get free delivery this Sunday when you order with Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
So at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals. Aren't others doing that?
Ang
Others
pasing ko
say
yan.
that, but not everyone gets the best deal. Like, what if I give you a lollipop? Then I give you our best lollipop. That's not fair. At AT&T, we think it's only fair that all customers get our best deals. And you
Paano
get
nakalaro na natin ito?
It's not complicated. Only AT&T gives both new and existing customers our same best deals, like up to $800 off our most popular smartphone. At Jersey Mike's, while you're watching the game, we're watching the grill. Order through the Jersey Mike's app for free delivery this Sunday. Unless you're going to miss seeing this. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
There's an energy swelling out beyond the limits of your expectations. A universe where fandom reigns supreme, where 4 teams battle it out to hoist the ultimate trophy overhead. Go make your allegiances known. Go beyond your limits and enter the NCAA universe. The Women's Final Four, April 1st and 3rd at the Target Center in Minneapolis. Visit NCAA.com/Women's Final Four to get your tickets today.
Inside College Basketball, presented by Progressive Insurance, is sponsored by Jersey Mike Subs. Be a sub above.
Ay, puta.
And by Progressive. Save when you bundle auto, home, or motorcycle insurance. Getting set for tip-off, and Hunter Dickinson was a beast in Bloomington last Sunday here on CBS. Clark said he loves playing for us.
He sure does.
This afternoon, the Wolverines leader in points, boards, and blocks looks to lead his team to another big road win. But first,
Ay, puyaw ko yan dito. Diyan na. Ang malupit. Ito.
I'm Hunter Dickinson, and this is three things I wish I was better at. I wish I could whistle. Blow like bubbles with gum. So that's something that people have tried to teach me, and that's something I just can't get. Like, I really get disappointed. You know, I just can't do it. I feel like a failure when I can't do it. And then the third one, I wish I could. Like she let them kind of ski when they were younger. They turned into people who wanted to play hockey, so she didn't want me to play hockey, so she didn't let me skate at all. So when I was trying to go out there and skate, like I was just like looking like a baby giraffe out there and falling all over the place. And so I feel like, I mean, I don't know, maybe not didn't like better balance, so I think I could be able to do it, but you know, like I have to go out there and see like frozen she can
and we didn't make a day for the start.
His mother. He should not be ice skating. Whatever he
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
skating.
He found the right lane. He found the right lane. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. But otherwise, had nothing going for him. Apparently. He found his strong
Wala, pupunta na ako.
He's been rolling here. Look at these numbers, what he's done.
Hindi naman na mahuhuli ng mga
games, guys. That's 19 and 9 in the three-point shooting. He doesn't take a lot of them, but he's efficient when he does take them.
Oh my goodness,
Handful because of his passing ability, his size, and that he's become respectable at the three-point shot. It makes it tough for defenders.
That's right. Doesn't he take more? I think Juwan Howard, the coaching staff, are